Hey YouTube, Dragon Arthur here. Today I'm doing my probably final for a while Noble Knight deck profile, Duelist Alliance update. Now, I went to the Duelist Alliance sneak peek. As you can see, keeping to my promise, I will only show mats that are either custom to someone buying or for me, for my videos, mats that I've won myself. And as you can see, I'm keeping to this. This is actually a mat I won myself, and I was really proud of it. I went to the midnight one, and at my locals, and I came first, and Houseren came second. So we both did pretty bloody well. He managed to pull Sinister, Shadow Games, Shadol Fusion, 6 different Shadol cards. I think 2 Squamata, 2 Lizards, and 2 Dragons. Yeah, that's about right. And he also got Fellas. So he got 2 Ultras and a Super in his packs, and all I got was Stellanite, Altair, and Castel. But that happened to work well for me, luckily enough. It got me the win. Anyway, just a few cards that I've kept myself. I've got Graf, Skarm, Falco, 2 of them, 1 Beast, 3 Dragons, 3 Squamata, 3 Hedgehogs, 2 Big Benkays, 2 Brawlers. Some of these I just traded off people. And yeah, I think that's important. That was pretty fun as well. That helped me win a couple of games with Castel, sending them back to their deck and then attacking past them for 2k. And probably one of my most favorite cards of the day, which I'll show later, which is actually part of my profile update. Anyway, so let's start. Of course, we have the standard 3 Madrots, 3 Boars. Also, I'll be going over some of my expectations for the future of Noble Knights, and what cards I think are going to be having to take out and move around to make room for Merlin and Bedivere. Yeah, that's been leaked that it's Noble Knight Bedivere, which we all saw coming, and apparently the leak said it is called Noble Knight Merlin for Merlin. And obviously they've given us some of the info of last chapter already. Anyway, 2 brothers. Apparently, brothers, as I predicted, has not been confirmed by the leak to be in the box set, as I thought. So get your hands on this guy. He's probably going to skyrocket. I don't know if he's going to be played at 3, but definitely at 2. He's phenomenal, and I've already shown that in my past videos. 1 Dristan, he's probably going to stay at 1, most likely. 1 Galahad and 1 Gawain, they work extremely well together. He works with a few other things. If there's any chance of brothers going down to 1, it's because he's going to be prevalent, but I doubt it. 1 of Black Lancelot and 1 of Noble Knight Hector. This build's a little bit different from what I was running before, but I did win also locals last week. I managed to beat House Friends and Jelly deck, Medolce deck, and beat Mermails, some other dude, a couple other guys, but yeah. These have been working wonders. I managed to get past the Blackhorn because of him. I've won a game once by getting Galahad to get a draw back to my hand, going on top of Galahad with a Black Lancelot top deck, sacking him to search for Destiny, summoning Madrot, playing Destiny on Madrot, and going into rank 5 and going for a win straight after. Pretty funny. These 2, you really have to run 1 of each, at least, if not for now, when the box set comes out, because they're so good. 2 Gwens, I'm going to stick to 2 Gwens, because when you have one that gets DD Crowed or something, or someone smart enough to banish it, like with Michael, the Lightsworn guy, piece of crap. It's really painful not having that in your grave. 2's good. I don't know if we'll go down to 1 with the box set, but I think it's going to stay at 2. I've already explained why Lady Lake is good at 2, and she's even better now that we have Go-Yo Guardian, which I actually have on me today. And of course, 1 Vanilla Artorigus to round off the monsters. Next with spells is 2-Potted Duality. Just the consistency is good. 1 Burial, 1 Book of Moon, and finally 2 rotors, yay. Yeah, they make the deck so much better. I love opening with both of them. And 2 lands. Now for the noble stuff, we have 2 Excalibur, 2 Destiny. Destiny, I love it too. I'm not sure what the box set's going to bring, but that's a candidate for going down to 1 to make room. But as I said, I'm not sure yet. 1 Caliburn, 1 Arf, 1 Gallatin, as per usual, and 2 Round Table. Now with the box set coming out, this is just going to get so much better. We don't know what Melon does yet, but yeah, this is good because you can send Last Chapter and Melon to the grave if Melon's a Noble Knight card. Ooh, I'm going to move this over. Cool. And finally, for traps, we have 2 Combo Cuts still, 1 Warning, no Compulse, no Torrential, no Bottomless. Yeah, because there's not a lot of room. And the final 2 cards, which are new, Battle Guard Howling. Now this might seem silly, but I want to trial this out because one of these, either these 2 or these 2, are going to go out when the box set comes out to make room. And I just want to know what these are like. It seems pretty cool. If you don't know the effects, I don't know if it'll zoom in. It looks like it won't. There we go. When a warrior type monster you control is targeted for an attack or by an opponent's monster effect, target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the original attack of that face-up monster you targeted, so that gets past Lance as well. And if you do return it to the hand, that part doesn't. But you can target almost any of theirs if they attack you or attack one of your Noble Knights, or use a monster effect on one of them that targets, and you bounce it back to their hand. This is why I took Compulse out, because this is like a Compulse on steroids. I'm guessing I'm going to be able to use it a lot as well. And it's good because it kind of brings the battle phase back, and also it like goes, hey, if you want to target my guys with your monster effects, you got something coming for you. This card looks like it's going to do some work in this deck, and we're just going to have to see how it all turns out, because that looks... When I played this is one of the cards that won me the tournament, because I managed to pull 2 of them in my boosters, and yeah, just people attacking into my warrior guys, and they go, nut, take 16, nut, take 16. Ridiculous. It's a Compulse, and it's a Magic Cylinder in 1, and it does the original attack. So like I said, if you target one of your opponent's monsters with this, as long as you meet the conditions, if you target and they lance, what's going to happen is they're going to take their original attack. So say their original attack is 2-8, say it's a Felgrand, and they lance their Felgrand because they used its effect to target one of your guys. They will take, if they lance in response to this, they will still take 2,800 damage, but it won't go back to the hand. And if they don't lance, they take 2,800 and it goes back to the hand. That's pretty bloody sweet. I can see this being used a lot. That's ridiculous. I'm just upset it's not foiled, because now my deck's not full foil again. But this card, like, seriously, that's really cool. Anyway, I'm gonna test that out a lot and tell you guys how that goes. Now let's zoom back in. Cool. Found out how to operate the zoom now. Extra deck. We have 1 Heroic Challenger Excalibur, 1 Gandiva, 1 Steel Swarm Roach. They work so fun when you don't know what your opponent's going to do and you start the turn with both of them out and they go well. 1 Lava Veil Chain, which is necessary, mandatory. 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Starliege Paladinamo, 1 Constellar Omega, and I have taken Khan Gorgon and Constellar Ptolemy M7 out since my last full deck profile. They weren't getting a lot of use, and the cards that I've added in have found a lot more use in the deck. That's for the non-super awesome, cool stuff. like Noble Knights, 2 Sacred Kings, rank 4s, so rank 5s, 2 rank 4s, 2 of the Synchro, and found him, there's my Goyo. Yeah, this is kind of why I couldn't be bothered getting him before, because he's kind of sealed in this, as you can tell. Yeah. Lady. I think I have to show the combo again. So, what's really cool about this is you can go Lady, Artorigus, and if you have these two in your grave and you have this in hand, this is again one of the reasons I would like to just keep explaining this to people, why this is good now. And why this is really good. If you have one of these on field already, or one's banished, and you have these two in grave, these two, you can use her normal summon effect on summon effect to bring him out, and you have the choice of either going to this guy with these two, or you can use his effect from grave on top of him, and you use these two to go into Goyo. 1 plus 4 is 5, 1 plus 5 is 6. Simple. And I've done that several times, and when people see Goyo, they just go, well, shit. And it's quite funny to watch their faces as I take their monsters. Not to be too cruel. Alright, so, extra deck. This has been really painful. I've kind of mustered this around towards what's gonna come out in the future, like Shadows and stuff. I haven't completed everything. It has been really painful to take some of the cards out, and Debunk has been taken out in replace for DD Crows, and I've also taken out Rivalry of the Warlords. Yeah, some things have to happen and they're painful, but anyway, 1 Prohib, which might go to 2 if I take out Soul Drain or Level Arms off. I'm not sure if I'm going to do either of them yet, but you know, depends on the ban list really. 2 cards of Colosseum. I was going to take this out, then I put it back in once I found out, you know, it can come in handy once in a while, especially against spam decks. I found that if I can get this out against certain decks like Dolces and Gijakuris and shit, at least it can keep me alive. Yeah. 2 effect failures, because now with the rules with the first turn doesn't draw, going second and having hand traps has just gotten so much better. 2 DD Crows, because this is going to come in a lot more handy than Debunks, seeing as I already have Divine Wraths in my sideboard too. 1 Soul Drain, 1 Arth, 2 DNA Surgeries. Will probably never come out of the deck because of what it does. Absolutely phenomenal. You know, works with Arth, like I said before. Make Everything Warriors, which also, funny enough, works with this. Battle Guard Howling. Make everything a warrior, and then they're like, oh, I'm going to attack into your Gwen. No. I can just see funny things happening with that. And of course against decks that require to have certain types, like, it's going to be good against worms, because it's going to make them all dragons, and then they can't go into like their Braxia, because they need a worm type, non-tuner worm types, and they're not going to have any, they're going to have all warriors. So, yeah. 2 Imperial Iron Walls. This, I'm not sure if it's going to stay in or not. It's kind of becoming almost irrelevant, especially if Bedivere brings back banished stuff. But for now, we're just going to see how it goes, and might need to stay in or might not. And 2 Divine Wrath, because basically, let's put it this way: if then the person I'm versing has on-summon effects, they're not going to be weak to Karma Cut. So, Karma Cut and Divine Wrath for this are accesses to discards, so I have 3 discards and so I can use stuff in my grave. And they're very complementary towards each other. Complementary. If Karma Cut isn't working well enough against my opponent's deck, say they have on-summon effects like what Baxia has, or, you know, Medusa and Angeline, God damn it, what's his name? Angeline? Anyway, or Karakuri and stuff that just spam with on-summon effects. That's going to be useless, but that's going to be good. Or if they have, of course, what's that thing? Herald of Perfection or Steel Swarm Roach, that's going to be better. There's cases where this is better and there's cases where this is better, and they just, you know, complement each other very well. That's why I don't want to get rid of either of them yet, because they make very good spots in the deck. They're both very good cards. Potentially you could run Phoenix Wing Wind Blast instead of running Karma Cut, but I happen to like these two a lot more. So, that's most of the video done. Now, I am going to be trying to build, before that, the things that I'm expecting to happen with the deck is, like I said, I'm not sure whether 2 Karma Cuts or 2 Battle Guards are going to stay in when the box set comes out. What I'm thinking is going to happen is Boars might go down to 2. Destiny might go down to 1, depending, I'm not sure what the effects are, and Pot of Duality are going to come out. This is under the assumption that Merlin is going to be 3. I'm going to have 2 last chapters and 1 Bedivere, 6. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and like I said, the other 2 is either going to be these 2 or these 2. And in the case that Destiny and Boars can't come out, it might have to be these 4, plus Pot of Duality, which is obviously going to be one of the first things to come out if I have already got a good searcher. Like I said, we're still not sure of the effects. We just know that Merlin is supposed to be the searcher. Don't know too much more than that. We know what last chapter does. That brings back stuff from the grave, which is sweet. But yeah. Also, I do have a Castell, but at the moment Hearthstone has it, which is supposed to be in my extra deck, if I didn't say that before. Last but not least, I'm going to get rid of my Shadol stuff somehow, because I don't need that, I don't want it. I might make a Super Heavy Samurai, but they don't look so great, but they might be fun, so I'll probably do something on that. I do still want to make the Burning Abyss, and I also am interested in the Yang Zing now. So hopefully, my future deck profiles, hopefully soon enough you'll see something along the lines of these guys, or the Yang Zing. But let's just see how we go. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to like, favorite, subscribe, and comment if you liked my stuff. And don't forget to check this deck out. I might actually put a list below. It's worked pretty well, and it won me my last locals. And yeah, Battle Guard Howling. Oh, that. You got to try this out. Anyway, Dragon Arthur.